Today I'm going to share with you how to make a brown chicken stock, my favorite chicken stock. And to start, what do you need? Well, to make stock, you need chicken bones. You can do this in a few different ways. You can ask your butcher to give you the chicken parts that, nobody else is taking. This is the backbone of a chicken, so this is really great for a stock. You can get a bunch of chicken wings like this. They have a lot of bones in them, so they're really great for stock as well. This is a chicken neck, good for stock. And if you're having trouble finding these bones, you can also use chicken legs, which is what I have here. So the main difference between a stock and a broth is a stock is made with chicken or meat bones, and a broth is made using the meat. So that's the main difference there. So what I'm gonna do is drizzle a little bit of oil over the top of these chicken bones, these chicken pieces, and I'm going to put this into a 400-degree oven. I'm going to roast all of this for about 40 minutes. Now that's how you get a dark brown chicken stock. If you wanted a lighter chicken stock, which I don't really prefer that, but you could certainly make that, you would skip this whole roasting process, the development of color and flavor. So you'd have something that is a little bit more mild. So this is going into the oven, 400 degrees, again, for about 45 minutes. All right, so our chicken parts, the bones here, have been roasting for 40 minutes. You can see they're starting to develop color. And now a very classic thing to do here, if you're making a beef stock or if you're making a chicken stock like I am today, is using a little bit of tomato paste. And this really helps in creating a depth of flavor, giving you a really rich, flavorful stock. You only really need a tablespoon of tomato paste. You can kind of spread it on top, and then take a pastry brush and you're just going to brush the pieces, coating them evenly. Now, this process of making a brown chicken stock, it's a little bit more labor intensive. There are a few more steps, but I really think that if you give yourself the time and you try this, you'll be really happy with the result. This is all brushed nicely. I'm going to add some vegetables into this, break apart 2 stalks of celery, some carrot as well. So your traditional mirepoix, and some onion, peeled and cut into quarters. Just scatter this in the pan here. And now this goes back into the oven, again, 400 degrees for about 40 minutes until the vegetables and the chicken pieces are really dark and brown. You want that color because color is flavor. All right, guys? So into the oven. All right, guys, so this has been in the oven for about 40 minutes. You can see how nice and dark the color is here. That's what you're looking for. Now, you want to put your roasting pan over a burner, set over a medium-low heat. You're gonna now take the bones from your pan here and transfer them to a large stock pot. So we'll pull this out. Even the vegetables, they can go in too, because this is gonna add more flavor now. Once you have all of the bones and the vegetables in your pot here, take about a cup of water. Now you can use water here, or you could also use red wine. It's really great. It adds this extra dimension of flavor. And you're gonna deglaze your roasting pan to get all of those wonderful, colorful bits off the bottom of the pan. And this on the bottom of the pan is called fond. And fond is all of those caramelized meat juices and vegetable juices. They have tons and tons of flavors. So do not discard this, guys. This is really a lot of great concentrated flavor. So just take a wooden spoon and scrape up the bits. As this comes up to temperature, it'll be easier to do this, and it also makes for easy cleaning. And then this is gonna go right into your pot. All of the little bits have been scraped up from the bottom of the pan. This is nice and hot. Now you wanna turn off your burner here, and you're gonna pour all of this wonderful, flavorful liquid right into your pot. And so now this goes back onto the burner. You're gonna add about 3 quarts of water here. Cover the bones, but you don't need to cover them that much. And now I'm going to add, for a little bit of extra flavor, I'm gonna add some peppercorns here and also 1 bay leaf. You wanna bring this up to a boil now, reduce it to a simmer, and you're gonna cook this anywhere between 1.5 to 2.5 hours until a lot of the water has evaporated, the flavors have melded and concentrated, and every so often you're gonna wanna skim off any impurities that come to the surface here. So 2.5 hours, and you are going to have a really flavorful stock. So the stock has been simmering for about 2 hours here, and every so often you want to go through and skim off any impurities, any little bits of foaminess that come up to the top, any excess fat you want to skim off of your stock as well. And when you're making stock, you want to monitor the heat. You don't want it to boil, because what's going to happen if you boil the stock, all of those impurities that are coming up to the top, they're going to redistribute down to the bottom and mix in and give you a cloudy stock. And now you want to remove all of the big pieces from your pot here. So all of those bones, all of the vegetables, take a big slotted spoon like this and remove the majority of the bones here. And then you want to strain this mixture through a fine mesh sieve to get out any other little particles. Now, I was talking about bone broth before, and bone broth is a bit of a misnomer because it's considered a broth, but it's made with bones, which is actually the opposite of the point of differentiation between stock and broth. Remember, guys, a stock is made with primarily bones, and a broth is made with meat. So once you have the majority of the big pieces of bones and vegetables out, you're gonna strain this through a fine mesh sieve. Sometimes people will even strain this through cheesecloth, so there are no little tiny particles. But I mean, look at the color of this, you guys. You can see it almost immediately. Now, just so you can see it up against the other versions I have in front of me, I'm gonna pour it into this guy. You can clearly see the difference between some of the stocks that we have. So this is chicken broth. This is the stuff you buy in the can. You can see it has that really bright, almost fluorescent yellowy color. This is a regular chicken stock here that's not made by browning the bones or the vegetables. And this is the one we just made, which has such incredible depth of flavor and richness, and also really great color. There you go, guys. Making stock at home, it's not too difficult. It just takes a little bit of time. Put these guys into quart containers and put them in your freezer, and you will have a base ingredient to use for so many different recipes. There you go, guys. This is Cooking 101. And as always, if you have any kitchen conundrums, write in the comment section below. I am happy to answer your questions, and enjoy, guys.